So here we are then, welcoming you today to one of the jewels of the Arab world, Jeddah. One of the biggest cities in Saudi Arabia, second only to Riyadh, gateway to Mecca, and one of the biggest ports in the region. And now, host to the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah street circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Sergio Perez, and Norris, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Ricciardo, and Esteban Ocon, Joe, Bottas, Pierre Gasly, and Tsunoda, Vettel, Mick Schumacher, Harris, and Lance Stroll, Latifi, Richard Verschoor, Albon, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of this career mode series. After episode 1, where we dramatically ran out of fuel on the last lap due to miscalculation, we will be hoping to at least have a clean race today. It's a new circuit for me. I've never driven this one before in a Formula 1 game, so the performance might be all over the place today, but who knows? We shall hope for the best and just go for it. That being said, enjoy. Let's see what we can do when we get this race underway. Here we go. Lights out and away we go. Wasn't a bad getaway, but we got wheel spin and that was the end of that. Lost 2 positions. We'll try and dive up the inside. Very aggressive. Seems to have worked though. We already have an issue with DRS, so that's great. We don't even have DRS on the first lap, but we'll work with it. Oh, we've locked. Oh, we got away with it, but that was not the greatest of starts to a Grand Prix ever, but we got away with it. We're going to carry on and persevere. Pierre Gasly looking very feisty as we're going to try and defend around the outside as we get a bit of contact, it must be said. And I've changed my overtake button, so it's going to take me a couple of laps to get used to the new position of that button. Try and close in on the cars in front. We do need slipstream because our car performance is not great in a straight line, but it doesn't look like we're going to get it. Yeah, they're just pulling away from us up in front. Oh, as we get hit up the rear. We've been hit by, I think it's Vettel that hit us there. Incredible stuff. Maybe we've got some wing damage, I'm not quite sure. I think it's DRS, but it might be wing damage right from the start. We'll have a look, see what we can do. Oh, I got spooked by Vettel. Vettel spooked me into making a mistake there. Rookie error, must be said. And as we battle now with Latifi and Magnussen, as Magnussen making a really aggressive move, we hold it around the outside though. Not been the greatest of starts. Our first Grand Prix was much more successful. This track seems to be catching me out quite a bit in terms of racing line and such, but we'll battle with Latifi at the moment. That's kind of the performance of our car anyway. So we appear to have a lot more grip than Latifi in the slow corners, but he has got all of the straight line speed as we lock up a little bit there again. Just very, very difficult to... Magnussen was going for another move then, but just very difficult for us to keep on top of the car and all of that. We've got to brake very, very late with our lack of straight line speed, and we got to just hang in there basically. use the slipstream, use everything we can, because it's going to be very difficult to defend from Magnussen. He goes around the outside. Going to try and defend to the inside. You know what? We're going to go on the overtake button. See what we can do. It's going to be Latifi. DRS has been enabled, but I don't think we have it. Late braking, we get it, but can we force him out? Yes, we can. Okay. And Vettel is battling ahead with Tsunoda, so that gives us a chance to get back into the battle. Be careful though, because one false move and you're going to be out of the running. I think Vettel has damage. You know, when Vettel collided with us, he seems to be going very slowly, and we've got damage now. Vettel absolutely has taken us, destroyed our front wing, and that was really, really dangerous stuff from Vettel, just backing basically out of the corner, mid-corner. If you've got that much damage, you get off of the line. Common courtesy, but we're going to try and sort of drive it round, even with the wing damage, although no, we've got damage, and we're going to have to try and confirm that strategy, but I can't even confirm it, so too bad. We're going to have to just go into the pits and fit the hard compound tyres. Yeah. The race is going to be a very difficult one from lap 3. Gonna dive into the pits, I think. Got not much choice. Very sad, really, for Vettel to destroy our race like that, but what can you do? It's happened. It's Formula 1. This happens. And as the AI drives into the pit wall there for us. Thank you ever so much, AI. Hopefully we can get everything fixed, but not the best of races for us. It must be said our teammate is struggling as much as us, so get that front wing fixed and hopefully get some good lap times in. Hopefully. Nowhere did I say to fit soft tyres. The tyres selected are hard tyres, which is the correct strategy choice, and guess what? My team fitted me with soft tyres. Good job. You know what? Seeing as I'm the team owner, I'm going to fire my Ferrari pit strategist, apparently. Okay, well, we've still got an opportunity to catch some people, so, you know, we're going to give it our all and see what we can do on these soft tyres. Maybe, just maybe, we can do something. Okay, into the pits, here we go. Let's see if we can actually salvage anything from this race. It would be nice. Stroll's just coming out of the pits there. We'll be about 10 seconds behind him, I think, as we get a slow pit stop. Very slow pit stop, but could be worse. Oh, as we struggle. Need to get some heat into the tyres. The grand irony or indeed tragedy, depending on how you see it, will be that Vettel has held up my teammate quite a bit. And as my teammate actually comes out ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Interesting. So my only chance of not finishing last in this Grand Prix is if they hold each other up and allow me to close back in. Vettel seems to be incredibly slow still. I think they haven't replaced his wing, you know. Look at the amount of time we're gaining through here. Gonna have to stick behind him just because he's got the speed, but we'll save ERS that way and we'll hopefully attack him on the next lap, if not now. Look at it. Look at the amount of speed we've got compared to him. We're going to have to be careful to not break our front wing again. Oh, so we just avoid the back of him. He's going so slow. Okay, use a bit of the overtake button and close in on him as much as possible. We're going to need a huge slingshot in this last corner. It's incredibly slow. It's ridiculous. Okay, use all of the battery. Use the DRS. We need to get past him. Use it all, use it all, use it all. Go around the outside. We're going to have to just make it work. We have made it work. Now pull away. I think the main thing also is to finish the race, to make sure that we get good development on the car, good feedback. And only, and if only, we can also get some positions, that will be nice, but it's going to be, you know, touch and go. Seem to be very, very good in the slow speed corners compared to the AI, but we are losing so much time on the high speed corners. There we go, DRS. Now, so let's not use our battery. Let's see if we can get a slingshot from our teammate to, or like bring our teammate along with us, actually. That would be an even better plan, to see if we can get some valuable sort of positions from this. I thought about it. Oh, as our teammate locks up. Oh, and hits us. Our teammate hits us. That is not the outcome that I expected. Our teammate went straight into the side of us then. That's not the treatment we wanted from our teammate, that's for sure. But we're past him anyway. Hopefully we can... Well, hopefully we didn't give him damage for a start, or technically rammed us, so it's not our fault. But hopefully he can still be in play and keep the DRS on me. So we are in the DRS of Stroll. We're going to have to play this cautiously, because it's all going to come down to tactics of use of DRS. If you look at the gap in front of them, there is sort of no possibility of catching the car in front. I think that's Albon in front. So we're going to have to content ourselves with beating the two in front of us here. And Verschoor's out of the race. Our teammate's out of the race. I wonder if that small contact we had was enough to put him out of the race, or whether he had an issue with the car which led to him locking up. That is not what I expected. That is such a shame. We could have done with just the data, if nothing else, and confidence for our teammate. Oh, as Latifi locks up and crashes into Stroll as well. That's absolutely messed us right up right there, because we had to put on the full anchors, full brakes, to make sure that we didn't ram into the back of them. They were practically stopped on the circuit. This race, where I thought we were going to finish dead last, and actually we're having a right old battle right now. Latifi and Stroll side by side. They're coming to a complete stop during the corners. Come on, guys, this is a race. Granted, it looks a bit more like ping pong at the moment, but sure, you know, you guys can race at some point, right? As Latifi gets past then, and I think we might have to pass Latifi to make sure that Stroll doesn't get away. Going to use a bit of our battery here. Going to try and go round the outside. No, Latifi brakes late, but can we... Oh, I think we got him. We've crowded him out on the inside. Gonna have to use the battery to make sure. Oh god, that Williams is so fast. We go for it. That was a hell of a move. That was a dive bomb, but it was a hell of a move. Oh my god. Runaway bullseye. Okay, that was he was so slow in the apex. Maybe he's got damage as well. Stuff not going right for Aston Martin, that's for sure. But he was stopped on the apex, and I just chucked one up the inside because I had to. There was nowhere for me to brake, nowhere for me to go, and luckily I just managed the gap perfectly. But you know, that comes from all my experience of dodging trees on Dirt Rally, I guess. We managed the gap perfectly, and actually we have broken DRS to Lance Stroll. So there we go. Hopefully we can finish ahead of them, but being the sole representative of my team now in this race, I've got to also be careful and bring the car home. There's no sense of binning it in the wall, and I'm well aware of that. We seem to be really good through the first and second sectors, but our car is absolutely just a brick in the third sector. And I think we're losing most of our time there just through engine and drag, basically. Is it possible to catch Albon? I don't think so, but we've had enough drama in this race. 5 laps to go, basically. Anything can happen, though. The gap to Stroll is now 10 seconds. Wow. We've just absolutely dropped them, and obviously Vettel is the last runner in this race with damage, so I think he's been lapped, or he's about to be lapped. So we're not too far ahead of the front pack. But anyway, we start our last lap here.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
2 laps of fuel left, so we would have been, once again, short on fuel. We seem to be very, very hungry on fuel. Probably our driving style doing that, but I prefer to take more fuel than less. I'm not too keen on this lift and coast thing. I prefer right pedal to the metal. 45% on the battery. You can afford to just hold it until the line now, I think. 8.6, it doesn't look like we're going to do it. We just don't have the straight line speed. And here we go then. We're going to cross the line, this time with fuel. And it's going to be a solid, if not a spectacular, 17th place. With a question mark on what we could have done if we didn't get that damage and have that contact at the start of the race. A good recovery drive though.
They've delivered an outstanding performance today and under intense pressure to take a well-earned victory at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Tell me, Ant, how do they manage to achieve this win?
I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on track was: speed. I know it sounds like an awfully reductive statement, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
So there you have it. Charles Leclerc wins the race by a comfortable margin, it must be said, and Carlos Sainz holds off Max Verstappen for the second place. Sergio Perez, kind of in no man's land actually, caught by the Mercedes, must be said. So Mercedes not that bad in terms of performance. It must be said Fernando Alonso probably missing out on points there, with Kevin Magnussen actually not that far off the points-paying positions. Alexander Albon finishing a minute off the lead. And it must be said, with us only 20 seconds off the Haas drivers, it was no exaggeration when I said we could have been fighting with them. Sebastian Vettel actually came back at Lance Stroll and Latifi at the end of the race there, so actually very exciting stuff. So that's it for this race. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly did. It was a good recovery drive. I'll see you next time for more stuff. Until then, have a great day. Bye bye.